Today, I am risen. The phoenix is me. And so it is.
There's one person nobody can resist, and that's a baby. So love made baby soft, with the innocent scent of a cuddly, clean baby that grew up very sexy. Love's baby soft, because innocence is sexier than you think. For your baby at Christmas.
You're listening to True Lies Podcast, starring Valorie Hope McMahon.
I am ready. My heart has aligned with my soul contract, and I have fully stepped into and embraced my truth. I am strength. I have the power to both create and destroy, not with force either, rather with integrity and compassion to help shift the world towards positive change. Wise women know when to attack and when to let things go. At first I met resistance. I found myself grieving my past. I stewed for a bit in anger because I had to face the things that led me to this point. The young girl who repeatedly had her boundaries crossed, who was seen yet rarely heard. The process of owning my own voice and the power of my words. Dancing with the darkness, flourishing in the light. Making a stand regardless of the cost for what I know to be right. I am for harmony, peace, and love. But make no mistake that I can be fiercely protective over those that I love. I am my own rhythm. My dad did rape. She said it over and over again that that's the only reason they were together. Understand you. Yeah, but that's why she threw me away. She was being honest. I wasn't my dad's, I was that monster he became. They were friends forever, they didn't just meet. My dad was my uncle's best friend, and my dad and my uncle were bikers, and my mom was his model, and, going to Bible school, college. She was a pretty majorette. She was a model, and then my uncle brought this biker dude home, and he raped her. And that's why I came along. Mom abandoned me at birth. I was born addicted to heroin at birth. I'm in the Hollywood Children's Hospital Book of Medical Miracles. My mom abandoned me, baby doe, or whatever. So anyways, it was, to the best of my knowledge, true. It's in the miracle book. It says, okay, so anyway, she tossed me away. I was addicted to heroin. The medical books say that I was born with fetal alcohol syndrome, but they didn't know it was heroin, I know that. My mom knew that. She told me later. But I was like in one of the boxes, like nobody was holding me. They were putting big rubber gloves, beep, beep, poke, poke, keep it, which is probably why I don't like shrill noises and stuff like that, which is why I don't like people touching me, because nobody did touch me for 11 months of my life. And I was just in a box, like the world was out there and I was in the box. And just so funny, my dad gave me a bubble. Motherfucker. Anyways, my dad got out of prison and, like, where's my baby? Mom's like, nah. So dad went to finding and found me at the hospital. The medical book says, so I was 11 months old at this point, and I still only weighed like 5 pounds. Right? says it was as if the child's spirit recognized the biological father. Her heart skipped a beat. She recognized his. And then I increasingly, I get healthier. I get, and they thought I was going to die. I was still 11 months, only 5 pounds. But then my dad came, and I started getting better, and they sent me home with him. And then my dad got back with my mom, and I remember, so we have to start at the beginning.
This is True Lies Podcast, a storytelling podcast. We recommend that you follow it in sequence. Are you ready? Here we go. Hello, Valerie. How are you today? Have a seat. Good to see you. My name is Dr. Jackie Larue, and I'm interested in hearing what you had to say today to see if I can assist you. Go ahead, have a seat and make yourself comfortable.
So, what's up, Dr. Larue? What are we going to talk about today? Oh, wait. Before you go into that, do me a favor and tell me what you think of this art. This piece of art I drew. I drew it for you.
What do we have here? A sigil. Okay. So who is Valerie?
Such a hard question. Who is Valerie? How can she capture their attention in the first 15 seconds and keep it? I captured their attention before they ever entered the room. It's why they came. My son, Nicholas, would describe me best. When he was 3, he took his little hands and put them on my face. And he said, "Mama, you are like ice on fire." I thought that was an odd thing for a 3-year-old to say. 20 years later, on his first leave from the military, he says to me, "Mother, your life is an incredulous paradox. Absolutely unbelievable, but every bit of it is true. I've loved you all of my life, but I will never understand you." I've always struggled with confinement, commitment, being tied down, put in a box, told what to do, having things expected of me, being in a cage. My friend Kathy always tells people, "You're gonna have a hard time tying that one down. She ain't gonna stick around." I've always had gypsy feet and a nomad soul. I've always been the rebel. Creating a role in life, the game that we're forced to play on this prison planet where we are slaves. I believe with everything that I am that I chose to come here, and that my job, my gift, my mission, my goal, my reason to be was to help carry humanity through a phase of devolution. Back before language and race, we would hear the promised pulse of her return, not as she descends from a diamond heaven, but as she claws her way up so ceremoniously through rock and stone and earth and the cages that were built to keep her confined. She's destined to erupt from beneath those very structures. Our language is insufficient when describing the shape-shifting majesty that is she. I will call this force that both enlivens and enraptures us all, this beastly feminine dark that calls us to look not up toward the ethereal clouds, but down to the mighty loam from which we were born. Down, down, down below Eden, the ever-dying, ever-birthing. She is what many have willed us to forget, and she is the homegrown medicine for the spiritually starved soul. The depth of human experience precludes any universally relevant spiritual path, but she is the one single universal truth. All of us were born here on earth, and all of us will meet our ends on the same blessed planet. Rise up, heathen princess. Where are you? Knowledge comes to me. I didn't study. I didn't read the books. I didn't take the classes in college. I'm not. Things just come to me. When I was younger, people would say I was magnetic and clairvoyant and intuitive. Others would say I was cursed and evil and all of these things. And really, I was just trying to make it. Trying to figure it out. I don't know if I got in the right body when I came. I might have missed my jump. Cause this shit, wow, it's been some funk. I don't know how I made it.
Well, you know, Valerie, it's not a matter of whether I'm qualified to help you. It's really a matter if you're really ready to face the scattered pieces of yourself and to be whole.
I look at the pieces of my life and I'm like, how is that possible? That's not possible. If I hadn't lived it, I wouldn't believe it. And even though I have lived it, some of it I don't believe. I have gaps of blank pages in the story that is me. At least in this meat suit. I believe that all the knowledge that I get and have is from the different meat suits that I've been here in. I believe that my ancestors are me. But I can't prove this. don't have the time or the desire or the capacity to delve into all this ancient knowledge and text and blah, blah, blah. Because the voices that are but aren't inside my head tell me things and speak through me. I spent years trying to shut it up. Trying to not be like my dad. Which made me like my mom. And that was the worst experience anyone's ever had. And then I have to think about her too. And how she was the way she was. And where does the truth lie? I didn't want to hear my dad. Anything that he said sounded crazy to me. I was born in 1968, and our telephones had little dial pads that you circled around with your finger, and you had to hope that none of the neighbors were on it, because we had things like party lines, and you shared them with people in your neighborhood to have a telephone. And my dad would talk about cell phones with screens that you could see people no matter where they were in the world. And he would talk about being abducted in 1952 when he was 8 years old in Southern California. And he would talk about how it was a lot, and I didn't want to hear it. And it made him quite mad, in this world, at least. And I didn't believe him. However, I knew it was true. How can you not, when it's ingrained in you?
Valerie, after hearing what you've said so far and the way that this is making me feel as I look at this sigil, I feel compelled to learn more and dive just a little bit deeper. But I want you to know that this could be quite dark and haunting in some aspect of your sessions here. And I might find it quite exhilarating to watch you claw your way out of this cage that you call Eden. Here's my business card. Shall I put you down for same time next week?
Sure. Why not? I mean, I don't have anything else to do other than, report the news and tell the truth and save the children of the world. But sure, why not? Let's delve into what makes Valerie crazy. Cuckoo. Let's do it. You think you can handle it? Are you ready? Are you ready for the ride, Doctor? I think you are. I think you can handle it. I think you're special. I think you're compelled to help me. Are you compelled to help me, Dr. Larue? Because I'm compelled to be helped by you.
Jeffrey Epstein was a billionaire New York businessman whose vast wealth brought an arrogance that knew no limits. Damn the consequences, he acted as if he could have anything he craved. But what he desired most was sex with young women and girls. For years, he abused them at will. And such were the numbers of victims Epstein exploited, he started trading them around the world. He masterminded a sex trafficking ring which enabled his rich and influential friends and associates to share in his perversion.
This is True Lies Podcast. You can find us at idon'twannahearit.com. Sign up for updates and hear all about it.